When Maya told me she needed space, the world seemed to quiet down for a moment. We were sitting on our balcony, the sun setting behind the buildings, painting everything in gold. Her voice was calm, not angry, but filled with something deeper, exhaustion. "I think I need to live alone for a while," she said softly, staring at her hands instead of at me. I didn't interrupt her. I just waited, trying to keep my breathing steady. She continued, "It's not that I don't care about us. I just feel like I've lost myself somewhere in this relationship. I don't even recognize what I want anymore." Her words stung, but I knew they weren't meant to hurt. Maya wasn't running away. She was searching for air in a room that had become too crowded with silence. After a long pause, I simply said, "If space is what you need to find yourself again, then I'll give it to you." She looked surprised, maybe even confused. I smiled faintly and added, "Love isn't a cage, Maya. If you need time to breathe, I want you to take it. I'll be okay." I didn't say it to sound noble. I said it because deep down, I understood. Sometimes, love means stepping aside, even when every part of you wants to hold on. The next morning, she packed her things quietly. We didn't fight. We didn't cry. We just stood at the door for a while, unsure of how to say goodbye without breaking something invisible between us. She whispered, "I don't know how long I'll need." I nodded. "Take all the time you need. Just promise me you'll be honest with yourself." Days turned into weeks. The apartment felt emptier than I imagined it would. I'd catch myself setting 2 plates for dinner, then quietly putting one away. Her favorite mug sat untouched on the shelf, and every time I saw it, a soft ache spread through me. But amid the loneliness, something unexpected happened. I began to think about my own life, too. I realized how much of my identity had revolved around us. I'd stopped writing, stopped jogging, even stopped calling my old friends. Maybe Maya wasn't the only one who needed space. Maybe I did too. I started small, morning runs, reading again, cooking things I used to love. Slowly, the silence of the apartment stopped feeling empty. It started feeling peaceful. One evening, nearly 2 months later, I found myself standing at the park where Maya and I used to sit and talk for hours. The sky was soft with twilight, and I wondered where she was, what she was doing. For the first time, I didn't feel desperate to know. I just hoped she was doing okay. That night, my phone buzzed. It was her. The message was short, "Hey. Can we talk?" My heart raced, but I took a deep breath before replying, "Of course." The next day, she came by. She looked different, calmer, lighter. When she smiled, it wasn't forced. It was real. We sat on the same balcony where she had once said she needed to leave. "I thought about you a lot," she said. "But more than that, I thought about myself. And I realized I wasn't really living. I was just moving through days. I needed to pause." I listened quietly. "And did you find what you were looking for?" I asked gently. She nodded. "I found clarity. I found that I still want to share my life with you, but not because I need to, because I choose to." Her words filled the air like a slow sunrise. I smiled and said, "Then let's start over. No rush. No expectations. Just 2 people growing at their own pace." She reached for my hand and whispered, "That's all I wanted, to know we could love each other without losing ourselves." From that day forward, we didn't try to return to how things used to be. Instead, we built something new, a relationship that had space to breathe, room to grow, and understanding at its center. Sometimes, when people say they need space, it's not an ending. It's a quiet request for peace. And if you love them enough to listen, that space can become the place where love learns to live again.